Social media caused me to get a divorce. Like, that's dumb. That's a mistake. Let me explain.
This is about to be one of those videos where I'm like, why is this on the internet? But continue.
Yeah, real quick before we get started into that, that's something that plagues our society, especially with the younger people, but it's not even necessarily younger people. Older people, you see people 40 and 50 on TikTok as well. Oversharing. Too many times in our society, people overshare the things that they're going through, which are extremely personal. They shouldn't be sharing into a cell phone or a social media app. Talk to a goddamn therapist. Let's get back to it. Stop oversharing.
Uncertainty and unhappiness for a while. I hate telling people this, but like, I had thoughts on my wedding day, and I thought that was just super normal. And I was in the haze of being a new mom. We got pregnant very early in our relationship.
This is yet another perfect example of how women fall in love with the process of being in love rather than the actual person that they're marrying. And once the excitement of the wedding and having a baby and all of those things die out and reality smacks them in the face, they wake up and realize, oh shit, I think I made the wrong decision. And in this case, a lot of these women already know on their wedding day or before they even have children that they don't want to be with these people in the first place.
Then why are you marrying the dude then if you're having those feelings on your wedding day? That's crazy. And then she also says, we had a baby really early on into our relationship. That's what y'all get, man, making these kids, man. Once you can't put that toothpaste back in the tube, spit out these babies unplanned, and then you're scrambling for a plan afterward.
I think is very, very selfish.
We got pregnant very early in our relationship on purpose.
Stop the cap. Stop the cap. I'm sorry. Stop the cap. She's saying that now to make her look better. The vast majority of children being pumped out aren't planned. Keep it a buck. How many of you people watching this video right now were planned by your parents? Please.
Well, we don't believe you. You need more people.
Stop the cap, young lady.
Which, again, another story for another day. But,
stop the cap. Exactly.
You know, being a new mom, I had two young kids, and I was just in survival mode. So I really didn't have a lot of time to think about me or what I wanted or what I was feeling. I was just in kind of like autopilot. And I think that's probably why if you go back on my page, you'll see any videos of me talking about my husband where like I make us out to be like the happiest couple ever, which we're not unhappy. There is actually not a lot of tea here. There's not a lot of like jealousy or animosity or a big story or anything that was wrong. It just also wasn't right.
Then she goes on a 2-minute rant about how she got into therapy and her therapist is telling her that she's just a people pleaser and this is why she's made such poor decisions to begin with. So it strips her of any real accountability. She even says that she got on the internet and realized that other women felt the same way that she did, and that's why she felt it was relatable in how she was feeling as well.
What they have to realize, and this goes for all women, is that your happiness, I'll say it again, your happiness is not the most paramount thing on this planet. And I think that's one of the big things that separate men from the women. Men, our feelings and how we feel the majority of the time likely isn't in our top 10 of emotions that we're currently processing at any given moment, opposed to feelings being the top 1, 2, and 3rd priorities of a woman at any given time. Your happiness is fleeting. Happiness, just like any other emotion, is fleeting. It comes and goes in waves. You shouldn't change your life or expect others, your male counterpart, to construct a life for you. Your feelings are paramount at all times. That's not the reality. You're not going to be happy all the time. That's life.
I'm telling you, social media will influence these women in a direction that they don't want to be in because now she's a single mother of 2 kids. And she even goes on to state that there was no tea, there was no abuse, there was nothing. And it was pretty much like she just woke up one day and decided, oh shit, I made the wrong choice.
And I've seen that example over and over again, whether it be on Kid G, whether it be on Kevin Samuels, and women just walking away from their family just because they weren't happy. I'll never forget, it was a clip of a woman talking to Mr. Samuels who bragged about her outgrowing her husband. I should play the clip.
I am now 31 and I'm getting ready to go through a divorce.
What's the disagreement though?
Well, they said that we was too young and I went to college, I got a degree. I just feel like I didn't have much experience. I was in love with my husband when we got married, but now I don't like him.
What's the disagreement though?
The disagreement, I think we just grew apart.
What do you want from a man in this world?
Love.
You have
I want love. I want companion.
You had that.
But you make it seem like people can't outgrow each other.
Well,
I mean,
no, ma'am. No, let's stop right there. Stop right there. I didn't make it seem like a damn thing. I said you had that. And it's your responsibility as a wife to keep it going.
And she's such a people pleaser, but she doesn't realize that simultaneously she's being selfish as fuck, wasting his time and bringing 2 kids into the world, essentially immediately into a broken home or what's going to be a broken home. And I'm all for getting out of unhappy relationships, but don't you think you should have figured that out before you got married, or even perhaps after the first child? Like, you went as far as to have 2 children with this man, knowing damn well that he wasn't the one, or that it wasn't going to be a long-term situation.
I agree with her. Again, other than happiness, it's not about your happiness.
But then these women get on the internet and kind of brag about it like it's funny, and like they're not part of the problem because everyone around them on social media, and apparently this woman's therapist, are validating them for these poor decisions. This just goes to show you how many women are at the stages in their life where they want to do everything for social media and they don't want to do it for reality, and where they fall in love with the process of being in love, but they don't fall in love with the person that they're actually marrying or being with long term. And I think it's incredibly toxic, selfish. I don't care how you spin it. The fact that these women bring children into the world, they waste a man's time and they do all of this, and then they get on the internet like it's funny or it's a joke or it's embarrassing and they don't want to talk about it. But
also, they act like it's no big deal, or they make it seem as if it's no big deal when they talk about divorcing their husband. And can you imagine as a man having your wife divorce you and she can't even name something you did? I've seen that multiple times on his videos where a man's never cheated, he's never been abusive, he was there for his family, taking care of his children, and the only reason that the woman left was because she wasn't happy, with no other explanation needed. It's absurd.
But you know, they want to get the clout for it. Is absolutely embarrassing in my opinion. Okay, bye.
Yeah, and it's sick. If you go on TikTok, which is a terrible place, I only go to TikTok to create content. There's videos of women celebrating their divorce, having divorce parties. Check out the comments from this last divorce party. She says, going to get married so I can have a divorce party like this. All of a sudden, I'm looking forward to my divorce party if I ever had one. And the comments on her page were legitimately funny. You can tell they were obviously being sarcastic. How you getting a divorce at like 25, bro? That is a good point. It's crazy, but hey, what the hell do I know? Just weed head talking on YouTube. You guys let me know what you think after party in the comments. It's Commander Theo Coop, but you can
Call me bitches.
do better. Squad, fall out.
Excuse me, bitches?